Have you ever wondered why certain people seem to seek reassurance in relationships through physical connection? Or maybe you've noticed this tendency in yourself, using intimacy to feel valued or secure, especially when emotions are running high. For those with an anxious attachment style, physical intimacy can become a way to overcompensate for feelings of insecurity or fear of rejection. In this video, we're diving into why anxious attachment often leads to sexual overcompensation. We'll explore the emotional drivers behind this behavior, how it impacts relationships, and, most importantly, how to break the cycle and build healthier dynamics in your intimate life. Sexual overcompensation happens when someone uses physical intimacy as a substitute for emotional connection or validation. For those with an anxious attachment style, this often means seeking closeness through sex to reassure themselves that they are loved, wanted, or secure in the relationship. This behavior isn't about manipulation or even a conscious choice. It's a deeply ingrained response to the fear of abandonment. When emotions feel overwhelming or doubts creep in, physical intimacy can feel like the quickest way to bridge the emotional gap. While it might provide temporary relief, it often leaves the person feeling even more vulnerable afterward, creating a cycle of need and dissatisfaction. Anxious attachment often stems from early relationships where love and attention felt inconsistent. Perhaps a caregiver was emotionally unavailable or unpredictable, leaving the child unsure of when or if their needs would be met. This uncertainty can carry over into adult relationships, creating a heightened sensitivity to signs of distance or rejection. When someone with an anxious attachment style senses emotional disconnection, it can trigger a deep fear of being unloved or abandoned. Physical intimacy becomes a way to re-establish closeness, even if the underlying emotional issues remain unresolved. This makes sex feel less like a mutual expression of love and more like a desperate attempt to hold the relationship together. While seeking validation through intimacy can provide short-term reassurance, it often leads to challenges in the long run. For the anxious partner, relying on sex to feel secure can create a sense of dependency, where their self-worth becomes tied to their partner's physical response. If their partner isn't as emotionally or physically responsive as they hope, it can lead to feelings of rejection, frustration, or even resentment. For the partner of an anxious individual, this behavior can sometimes feel overwhelming or confusing. They might misinterpret the anxious partner's need for intimacy as purely physical, missing the emotional plea underneath. Over time, this dynamic can strain the relationship, with both partners feeling misunderstood and unfulfilled. The good news is that this cycle can be broken, but it starts with self-awareness. Recognizing that you're using intimacy as a way to soothe emotional insecurities is the first step. This isn't about blaming yourself. It's about understanding the patterns that are holding you back from deeper, healthier connections. One way to shift this dynamic is by focusing on building emotional intimacy outside of the bedroom. This could mean having open, honest conversations with your partner about your fears and needs, or finding other ways to connect, like spending quality time together or expressing affection through non-physical gestures. Therapy can also be a powerful tool, especially for exploring the underlying fears and experiences that drive anxious behaviors. Techniques like mindfulness and self-soothing can help you manage those moments of insecurity without feeling the need to overcompensate through sex. If you're the partner of someone with an anxious attachment style, your role in breaking this cycle is crucial. Providing consistent emotional reassurance and being patient with their fears can help them feel more secure. At the same time, setting healthy boundaries ensures that the relationship remains balanced and respectful for both of you. It's also important to communicate openly about intimacy. Acknowledge their emotional needs without making them feel judged or shamed. By creating a safe space for vulnerability, you can help build trust and connection that doesn't rely solely on physical closeness. Anxious attachment doesn't have to define your relationships or your sex life. By understanding the emotional drivers behind sexual overcompensation and working to address them, you can create a healthier, more balanced dynamic, one where intimacy is a choice, not a compulsion. If you're fascinated by how attachment theory influences our emotional and intimate lives, I've written several books exploring this topic. You can find them all on Amazon by searching my name, Sacha Vauclair, in the search bar. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. What's one thing you've learned about the connection between attachment and intimacy? Until next time, take care, and remember, understanding yourself is the first step to building meaningful, secure relationships.